There are people who walk into a room and slowly feel their energy disappear. Not because something bad happened, not because anyone was cruel, but simply because other people were there. Conversations feel heavier than they should. Laughter feels forced. Even silence feels loud. And when they finally leave, there is relief mixed with confusion, because nothing obvious went wrong, yet something inside feels completely exhausted. This experience is quiet, common, and often misunderstood, even by the people living it. If you've ever wondered why being around others can feel more tiring than being alone, you're not imagining it, and you're not broken. The explanation is not that you dislike people or lack social skills. More often, it has to do with how your mind processes emotional information, how your nervous system responds to social environments, and how your identity has learned to survive around others. One psychological angle begins with emotional sensitivity and cognitive load. Some people naturally process more information at once. Facial expressions, tone shifts, pauses in conversation, subtle changes in energy. All of it is noticed and internally tracked. Research on sensory processing sensitivity shows that highly sensitive individuals don't just feel more emotionally, they process more deeply. Social environments become mentally expensive because the brain is constantly interpreting signals, predicting reactions, and regulating responses. What looks like a simple conversation from the outside becomes a complex internal task. And one psychological angle begins with emotional sensitivity and cognitive load. Some people naturally process more information at once. Facial expressions, tone.
Some people carry an internal split between who they are alone and who they feel allowed to be around others. Social situations then require subtle self-editing, filtering thoughts, softening reactions, adjusting tone, not out of dishonesty, but out of habit. Psychologically, this is linked to self-monitoring and role adaptation. The more distance there is between your internal self and your social self, the more effort it takes to maintain that gap. Energy is lost not through interaction itself, but through sustained self-regulation. What makes this experience especially confusing is that it often coexists with empathy, intelligence, and emotional awareness. Many people who feel drained around others care deeply, listen well, and want meaningful connection. But without clear boundaries or recovery time, empathy becomes depletion. The nervous system needs periods of low stimulation to reset, and without them, even connection feels like demand.
The quiet truth is that feeling drained around people is not a flaw of character, but a signal of how your mind and body have adapted. It's information, not failure. Understanding this shifts the question from "what's wrong with me" to "what does my system need?" Sometimes the answer is solitude. Sometimes it's authenticity. Sometimes it's learning that you no longer have to earn safety in every interaction. If any part of this felt familiar, take it as an invitation to observe yourself with curiosity rather than judgment. Awareness is often the first form of rest. And if you found this exploration meaningful, you may want to stay for more reflections on the quiet patterns shaping human behavior.
If this video was useful to you, please like and subscribe to us.